and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a full drugstore glowy makeup routine. This is essentially what I like to do when I'm really going for a glow. I think this is perfect for summer. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's sweat proof, so don't come at me if it starts to melt off. It is supposed to be glowy and dewy, so the products aren't going to last as long. But anyway, without further ado, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. I like to use the NYX brow glue. It has a really nice hold and it's fairly inexpensive, so I just kind of like to give myself a slight laminated look. My eyebrows are not laminated or anything, but I kind of like that look. So that's what I'm gonna do here, or that's what I'm doing. After I do my brows, I still like to clean them up with concealer. I'm using this L'Oreal True Match concealer. I've never actually used it before, but it looked really nice at Target, so I picked it up for this video. It says it's radiant. The formula seems very thin, but I don't know. We'll see later when we put it on my face how it looks. For my primer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Power Grip primer. I just take a couple pumps of that and I put it all over my face. I'm going to take a little more, put some on my forehead. This primer is really sticky, so it's really going to make your makeup adhere, and it's not like drying, so this is kind of like the base to the glowiness. Once that's all nice and tacky, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Gloomy Lotion in the shade Medium Glow, and I'm just gonna put some of this all over like that, blend it with my fingers. This is going to be a nice base for the foundation. It can also be worn by itself, so if you're looking for like an extra glowy, just glowy base, the L'Oreal Gloomy Lotion is a nice product. Okay, so for my foundation today, I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. This product is so beautiful on the skin. Like, it is just so nice. I'm also going to use a brush to blend this out. Like, who am I? I am a beauty blender girl through and through, but people are really starting to hate on beauty blenders. Like, I don't understand. They're such good tools. I feel like this brush is not meant for this. Okay, that's nice and all, but I need to use my beauty blender to kind of really melt it into the skin. Let's move on to bronzer. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade Spilling Tea. And I'm going to just apply it with this kind of like angled brush. And I'm going to put it on the higher points of my cheekbone. This bronzer is so pretty. This is giving me a really pretty bronzy glow. Now we can go in with concealer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. I picked up the shade Light Medium. Just gonna do 3 little dots here, and we're gonna blend with the Beauty Blender because I can't imagine blending concealer with the brush sometimes. That coverage is really light, so if you're looking for a more full coverage concealer, this is not going to be it. This reminds me a lot of the brightening concealer by Rare Beauty. If you guys are familiar with that one, this is pretty similar to that. So it's very light coverage, so I'm actually going to take the NYX Serum Concealer and put some over top just because I want to build up that coverage. It's just a little too light for me personally, but you do you. Now that that's all nice and blended, I'm going to go in with cream blush. This is the Maybelline Sun Kisser. These are new. I've tried this before and I was a bit unsure, so we're going to try it again. This shade is called Blazing Blush, and it's just a pink shade, like very bubblegum Pepto-Bismol type pink. My favorite brush to blend out cream blushes is this e.l.f. like duo-sided one. It works really well. So do you see what I mean? Like, it kind of doesn't have a lot of pigment, so I have to add a lot of it. So just keep that in mind if you are more on the medium to tan side. I mean, you can kind of see it peeking through. And then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and just kind of blend it into the concealer a little bit. Personally, I don't recommend this. Like, you can't even tell I have it on. So I'm actually gonna go in with the e.l.f. Putty blush. This is in the shade Maui. And I'm just gonna take the same brush and just kind of dip it in this jar and put some on my cheek because that Maybelline one just wasn't doing it for me. I like my blush to be visible personally. Okay, this is much better. Can you guys see that? It's so pretty. I'm also doing a bit of cream contouring on my nose. I'm just using the same Milani little cream bronzer here. I'm actually gonna set my under eyes now with the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Translucent Powder. I'm gonna take a powder puff and just go underneath. I love this powder. I've been using this powder for like 10 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've been using it for so long. I used to use the one that's the actual shade of my skin, and I still do once in a while. But then I discovered they had a translucent one, and I was like, wow, let me try that for my under eyes. Obviously, you don't have to powder your entire face. I do, just because I get a little bit oily throughout the day. So I'm just gonna lightly dust it everywhere else as well. But if you want to keep more of the glowiness, you can definitely just skip this step and just set your under eye. Okay, now I'm gonna brush this off. I'm gonna use the Mario Badescu facial spray. I just love this because it kind of gives like the glowiness back to your skin after you've applied some powder. I almost forgot cream highlight, so let's do that, shall we? I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Halo Glow in the shade Champagne, and I'm gonna squeeze some out and just put some on the high points of your face, and I'm gonna use my finger, I think, to blend it out. Let's use a brush, actually. I kind of picked up some of my foundation. It's because I did it after powder. I totally forgot about cream highlight, but you definitely want to do that maybe before you put on some powder. Okay, so you can definitely leave it like this at this point. Add some mascara, boom, some lip gloss, but I'm gonna actually go in with powder products to make my face a little bit more glowy. I think that people don't realize that you can make your face glowy with powder products. Obviously, if you don't, your face is gonna be more dewy and glowy, but it's just not gonna last as long. I'm just gonna be completely honest, it won't. Which is why I like to go in with powders, so that my glowiness is there, but it's also long lasting. So this is the NYX bronzer. It's the new one. It's the Butter Melt Bronzer, and I'm using the shade Butter Biscuit. And this smells so good. It smells just like, not just like, but very similar to the Physicians Formula one. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and just kind of go over where I placed that Milani. For my glowy blush, I really wanted to use this one because I feel like it matches well with the Maybelline one. This is from Essence. It's the Pure Nude. The label is like all gross. Pure Nude Baked Bronze Blush in the shade Pink Flesh. And this has a lot of shimmer to it, which is nice because that's exactly what we're going for. A glowy look. See? I'm actually gonna put some on my nose also. I just like to do that, I don't know. It's kind of like adding pasta water to your pasta. That's what I feel like that is like. Okay, I'm actually gonna skip on the highlighter only because I feel like that gave me a lot of glow. Especially since after applying the Halo Glow and then that really glowy blush, I feel like I'm pretty glowy now. I'm actually just gonna put some of that, whatever's left on my brush, on my forehead just to kind of spread the glow a little more. I'm gonna take my butter bronzer for my eyes and put it just all over. Nothing too crazy. I love wearing very light eyeshadow most of the time, and bronzer is one of the things that I wear. I'm also going to take some and put it underneath on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take a brown eyeliner. This is the one from NYX. This is the NYX liner stick, and I'm going to sharpen it actually. I'm going to create a little line just kind of right here with my liner, like the corner of my eye, and I'm just really just dragging that down. I'm gonna take like a teeny tiny brush and just kind of smudge that out. There we go, just so that it looks a little light and feathered, and then you can always just like add more and just like intensify it as you go. But I like to do this to kind of define my eye, and then it's not as harsh as like a liquid liner. Don't get me wrong, I love liquid liner, but I just started doing this and I've really been liking it. Okay, now that my little liner is done, I'm gonna take my eyelash curler and just curl. Mascara, I'm gonna do the L'Oreal Panorama. I was gonna say Paranormal. No, L'Oreal Panorama. It's a really nice mascara. It's got like a rubber wand or like a silicone type wand. It reminds me a lot of Telescopic in a way. No, not Telescopic. The Maybelline, the pink one, not the Sky High, the other one. It's much older than the Sky High. Lash Sensational, maybe? I am going to apply lashes. These are my favorite drugstore lashes. They're the Ardell Naked Lashes in the style 421. But like, you have to be careful because look at this. These are the same lashes and they don't look the same. So if they look kind of short and curly, those are not the right ones, even though they say that they are. They have to be like longer and wispier like this. This is the right style, so come on, quality control. Lashes are on, here we go. I love these. They're so like wispy and long, and I love them. Okay, so I'm gonna set my face real quick. I'm actually just gonna use this Morphe mattifying. I know that's like defeats the purpose, but this is the only drugstore setting spray I have at the moment. But any setting spray will work. Just go ahead and set your face to lock everything in. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen and just kind of fill in a little bit of the sparse areas in my brows. I love this pen because it's not super warm tone, but it's also not black. So I feel like a lot of eyebrow products pull really warm for whatever reason, and the only like cooler toned colors are taupe and black. And even though I have black hair, like I don't want a black brow pen, you know what I mean? So I like that this one is not black. It's a dark brown and it doesn't pull red or warm tones. This is the shade Ash Brown. I'm gonna add bottom lash mascara, and I always do brown. I just think that brown is less harsh on your lower lashes. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't like the way mascara looks on your lower lashes and you just put nothing under, but it feels incomplete to you, try brown. And not like black brown or brownish black, like just straight up brown mascara. So for lips, I'm gonna go in with brown from NYX. All right, next I'm using the NYX Duck Plump gloss, and this is in the shade Bang and Bear. This gloss is really pigmented. I also should have gotten a darker color, but it's okay. There we go. All right, this is a completed look. I really hope you enjoyed watching my video. I hope you got some inspo from this. Maybe it will inspire you to try a glowy makeup look if you are a matte girly like yours truly. Glowy products were a little scary at first, but there's really nothing to be afraid about. It's just makeup, it'll come off. So you can always try it. If you hate it, take it off, start again. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Also, everything I mentioned will be linked down below. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and that's it. Bye.